with all the players that you got,
Yes.
as the executive,
Yes.
is this what the technical team wanted?
If,
Probably you tried, to at least to balance things, but from the request that came from the technical team.
one thing that I'll tell you is that our technical team got everything that they wanted. We danced according to their tune. There's no influence from the executive on who gets in the team or any underhand deals from us. It's exactly who they requested. That's what they got.
So probably the first question was supposed to be, did Genesis sign?
As we have heard that, yes, he signed a 2-year contract.
2-year contract.
Yes.
So obviously, giving him 2 years. So Sianima 1-year contract. This is much better.
Yeah, it's much better. It's much better, Howard, and there's continuity, of course, from last season. Continuing to this season, and also Genesis got time now to prepare the team himself as the head coach of Dynamos. Was last season they had Herbert Marua as the head coach. Obviously they had pre-season and did Yawanga Wanayo, but then with Genesis now, I think the idea is to bring in his philosophy now to all the players that has been bought coming this season. So yeah, hopefully it will work out for him.
And Vero, I know you covered the 2023 season extensively, and from what you saw coming into 2024, the changes that have been made. Yes, Genesis, we saw what he brought to the table, the first trophy for Dynamos in a while. Then the players that he has gotten in, you heard from Vincent that these were the players that the coaches wanted. So when you look at that, can we put a mark on Dynamos as we about to start the 2024 season as the team to beat?
Yeah, I would definitely tip on Dynamos, because looking at last season, they had a very youthful squad, a very consistent squad that made impact, and for a moment everyone was tipped to say this was the team that was going to take the league. And having retained the bulk of that squad, it's actually an added advantage to Dynamos starting this season and bringing in the new faces. It's now a case of trying to blend with what they already have. Because last season, yes, Genesis may have started as an assistant coach, but he was in the structures. He was there with the boys. He knows the boys inside out. And getting what he requested, it simply means they are giving him the freedom to be himself and to produce what they feel they need this season. So now it's actually about him delivering and about him bringing the result. He doesn't have an excuse this time around, because they gave him what he wanted on the table. So probably it's just time let's just give him the time. Maybe he's going to deliver this time around.
Vincent,
Yes.
I know you are in the structures,
Yes.
vice chair and everything, but how big is Dynamos?
As you know, that Dynamos is the biggest club in the country.
So you might be wondering why I'm asking this question.
Yes.
Because everywhere you go, people talk about Dynamos
Yes.
as the biggest club
Yes.
in the country, although
Yes.
it's disputed, because you go to Highlanders, they also say we are the biggest club.
Yes.
But big in terms of what? Big in terms of what? And this question now is, I think, extending to the question that I've always been asking: how much
Yes.
how much money is in our football that we can then put teams here and say, okay, this is what we've got? Because at the end of the day, whether
Yes.
we like it or not,
Yes.
football is also a business, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, and you are an astute businessman.
Yes.
So tying to that, the amount of money that's in our football, how big is Dynamos?
In terms of brand equity,
Yeah.
we are the biggest brand. That's where money is. Brand equity, as in how is your brand? How can you monetize your brand and squeeze millions out of it? So that is Dynamos for you. In terms of fan base and also reputation, even the number of championships that we've won, we've got the highest number of championships in the country, and also in Africa as well. We are among your Alis, your Mamelodi Sundowns, your Kaizer Chiefs in terms of achievements, as well as brand equity as well. What we need is to make sure that we monetize that brand into
So
money.
how far have you gone with monetizing that brand? Because at the top of the show, we were talking about your fellow club, Highlanders, being hit by an industrial action
Yes.
when we are still at pre-season. What can you talk about as Dynamos? Because the season is long, hey?
Yes.
We are only in January. We're going to run up until December.
Yes.
And we don't want stories like these, cropping up.
Yes.
Because you're talking about brand equity,
Yes.
right? So, as attractive as we might want to talk about Dynamos,
Yes.
is it attractive enough? How much have you attracted?
It is attractive. One thing that I want to tell you is that you are going to see a different Dynamos moving forward. I think you see those signs last season, that in terms of professionalism, we started to shape up, and we have engaged a high gear now this season in terms of running the club as a business. You also find that in terms of pushing our franchise, we've got plans to cover the whole country in terms of opening up franchise shops that we'll be owning. So in terms of our fan base, we will make sure that we really monetize those fan bases, and also negotiating good contracts with coming in sponsors, as well as also TV rights as well. We are also looking into that. So you find that the way forward now, this is in 2024, is big business for Dynamos, and we're going to run it as a private business.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, Pazetium Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.